Hi, it's Ileana, and today I'm talking about the sentient computers under the Giza Plateau pyramids. I recently listened to the remote viewing about the Giza megastructure interview with Jack Connor and Dennis Nappi. In that interview, Dennis describes an ancient, possibly Atlantean civilization that had guardians and an order of psionic humanoids who interacted with thought consciousness technology to access universal knowledge. This technology was built under the Giza Plateau pyramids for what is called the Atlantean Hall of Records, and the recently discovered large megastructure with huge pillars under the pyramids going down in chambers. So, and this has been imaged and huge presentations presented publicly. And they think scientifically that this megastructure is there. And Dennis was assigned a blind remote viewing target of this, and he discovered that there is a megastructure under the Giza Plateau pyramid, and that it has this technology there that interacts with human consciousness to access universal knowledge. This technology was built under the Giza Plateau pyramids, again, for what is called the Atlantean Hall of Records, where there's knowledge repositories of information, planetary systems, civilizations' histories of ancient civilizations on Earth and beyond. So it seems like it's like a technology, not just scrolls and books and papyruses. It's actual advanced technology. One of the chambers in this hall has a table with holographic technology and blue energy waveforms rising from the panels, connecting with humanoid consciousness abilities to activate the technology to access information from the computer's systems. So it seemed like there was a set of guardians guarding this technology and an order of elders or priests who would operate the technology with thought consciousness to access information by psionically sending queries to this table with the holographic technology, and it would give them back answers. So the operator psionically asks a question to the computer, and it provides the answers from its various databases. This computer was large, like it was like a table slash quantum computer or something even more advanced than that you can psionically access and work with. And this technology needed to be vibrationally compatible with its users. If you weren't vibrationally compatible, you couldn't access it. This reminds me of sentient computers that exist under ancient sites on Earth. It seems that such technology also exists under the Giza Plateau pyramids and under the Basegi Mountains connected to the Romanian Sphinx. Such technologies were discussed by Radu Sinamart in his book series with Peter Moon, and Radu went underneath into a secret base that was designed by extraterrestrials. He went under the Romanian Sphinx and discovered these huge tables with holographic displays. If you put your hands on it, it would access the information. You would send a query with your thought consciousness to search for specific things, to ask questions, and it would give you back information. And these large tables with holographic technology were designed for beings that are like 10 foot tall. So that these tables are large themselves. It's a thought consciousness technology. So there's similarities between this and what Dennis Nappi described in the remote viewing and in the interview. about remote viewing the Giza megastructure. And this brings me to an interesting point of something that I remembered 3 years ago that sort of correlates to this information. So close to 3 years ago, I had done a video about my past life memories as a priestess working with the guardians under the Giza Plateau pyramids to ascend souls through the 2 portal systems in one of the Atlantean Hall of Records chambers. The priestesses would stand on a platform that looks very similar to what Dennis drew for the knowledge repository table, with the panels with the blue waveform energies that you access. Like you connect to the blue waveform energies and it activates the table with the information. And there's several panels on the table where this blue form energy comes from that Dennis drew in the remote viewing. It looks similar to this platform that I remember from my past life. This large platform where the priestesses were standing in the middle of it had 3 raised dais tables with blue energies coming out of it, which would activate the priestesses and guardians' crystalline staffs, wands, and scepters to provide the codes for the portal sequences to open in the chamber and send the ascending souls back to their original planets of origin, like different souls that had worked on Earth doing their soul missions to uplift humanity, to evolve civilization, to evolve the planet itself. When those souls, you can call them galactic souls, they came from Sirius, they came from Andromeda, they came from different planetary systems. They're galactic beings. You can call them galactic beings or extraterrestrials. They came down here to assist with Ascension. And when they were ready to go home, they would go through one of the 2 portal systems. One would lead to Inner Earth, one would lead to the Halls of Amenti, but somehow the portals going down to Inner Earth and Hall of Amenti, from there the souls would travel back to their planet or planets of origin. So the 2 portals would take them either to Inner Earth or Halls of Amenti, and from there they go home, what I assume is through another gateway portal, but they have to go through one of those portals first for their souls to be checked to make sure that they're ready to go home, that their missions are truly completed, everything's been done, whatever their soul mission was, or why they came to Earth. Whatever it is, once the mission is completed, they're scanned going to Inner Earth and Halls of Amenti. They're scanned there. Souls are ready to go home. Other portal systems take them home with whatever guardians are in those portal seals, I guess, guarding those seals in Inner Earth and the halls of Amenti. But it was the priestess's job and the guardian's job to make sure that everything was done correctly in the beginning stages to help these souls ascend. So the priestesses and the guardians would hear these beautiful bells. They would go down through the pyramids, through the spiral staircases where the pillars were. They would go underneath where the Atlantean Hall of Records is, Egyptian Atlantean Hall of Records. There's a huge chamber in the middle. They'd go there, stand on this platform, and their staffs would be activated by certain energies and sigils that are on that platform. So basically, again, where this large platform is, the priestesses would be standing there in the middle of it. It had 3 raised dais tables with blue energies coming out of it, which would activate the priestesses and guardians' crystalline staffs, wands, and scepters to provide the codes for the portal sequences to open in the chamber and send the ascending souls back to their original planet or planets of origin. But first you have to go through to Inner Earth portal or to Halls of Amenti portal, and it takes those souls back home once they've been assessed, I guess. But you have to go through the 2 portals first, in the Halls of Amenti. Like, that's how the ascension happens. I'm not sure why you have to go through 4 portal systems, but that's how it was working back then. Through the platform, the priestesses and guardians could also access universal knowledge about planetary systems, ancient histories, different civilizations, etc. The platform had blue sigils and hieroglyphics, which looked like a combination of an ancient Atlantean language and a mix of Egyptian symbols. The sigils activated the knowledge library repositories on the platform. There were also green orb spheres hovering around the platform, recording how the priestesses and guardians were ascending the souls going through the 2 portals. This past lifetime took place 26,000 years ago. So this is some of the similarities. The technology, this sentient computer technology, looks very similar to this platform system with the raised dais tables and the blue energy coming out of it. It looks very similar to Dennis's drawing. And there's all these sigils in Atlantean language. And this is the best image approximation that I could do 3 years ago to demonstrate what this looks like, the technology. In the Atlantean Hall of Records chamber, this platform with the raised daises, the tables, and the blue energy coming out of it to activate the 2 portals and to also gain knowledge, universal knowledge about ancient history, civilizations, planets, creation itself, tons of information. And I placed like 3 staffs that I made myself. I didn't even know back then why I was making these staffs, and these staffs I made like 15 years ago. I guess I was remembering that past lifetime with the crystal staffs, and that when the staffs are activated, they also activate the portal systems, activate this platform, the dais tables with the blue energy. It all interconnects with the crystals on the staffs or wands or scepters that the priestesses are holding, guardians standing around monitoring how this whole process happens to go to Inner Earth or the Halls of Amenti, and from there to go through those portals there to the planet of origin or planets for these souls to ascend. So I made several different wands and with crystals because I was remembering all of this, but I didn't know the connection. And so this was how the best way I knew how to express myself in showing this, what appears now to be thought consciousness advanced technologies that the Atlanteans had. And it was placed under the Giza Plateau pyramids, under the Egyptian pyramids, and that's where this technology is. And it's interconnected to the pyramids because there's energy spirals going up and down likely between this platform and the pyramids themselves, because the pyramids are like energy generators, creating unlimited energy for the whole planet, for portals, for sentient computers, portal travel. It's free energy, 0 point energy. You don't need Wi-Fi, you don't need towers of any type. This energy is accessed from the universe itself, and it could power anything. It has unlimited source of energy to power anything. So this is how this is interesting between that remote viewing that Dennis Nappi did and shared with Jack Connor on Cosmic Road channel in the interview. And now I'm connecting the dots with what I remembered 3 years ago. So I'll include the links down below in the video description for Jack's interview with Dennis Nappi and my description of the past life video of this technology that I did 3 years ago. Thank you so much.